All right. All right. We got the birds in the show cages, just getting them conditioned for the show coming up in a week. So I'm just going to go through and start selecting them. I just thought I'd turn the camera on, see if anyone just wants to watch. So I like to just have them in their cages or in the show cage, and get them conditioned to be in the middle and be comfortable being in the cage. So this one's already a little more comfortable than the others. These two right next to each other are actually related. And so these ones are going to be in the unflown category. And so they will, all three of these. So these two will be in the unflown, and this one's going to be in the eye sign. And so I'm going to go through and see who feels nice for the show, and they're just the racing pigeons. So I'm going to grab this one out that I like its eye sign. And let's take a look at its eye sign. We'll start from the bottom of the categories. Eye sign's the last section of the race. These pigeons that you'll see are all born in 2024. The light's not the best. Let's try to get some better light. This one I chose for an eye sign category. Where are you at, man? So I was going to put this one in also the unflown, but it's judged to standard, and her toenails, they're all white but one. Or his, I'm sorry. Depends on the races. So Youngbird, One Loft Racing, they just do one season. They just do the Youngbird season. But if you fly with clubs, they can race for years as old birds, maybe 5 years. I've heard up to 8, depending on where you're at. Where are you located? These pigeons, like I said, just all a year old. And this is the one that's going to go in the eye sign category. Oh, taking good care of. I think they can live 20 years. They won't breed the whole time. Oh, that's cool. Do they have a lot of racing going on over there? Do you know? I'm sure there's got to be a couple other guys you can start it with. This bird handle's fantastic. Here in California, I believe it's 3 people now. It used to be 5. It gets less and less every year. You should look into if there is any club racing going on or even one loft racing. And with the eye sign they're looking for, yeah, I mean, you're breeding for as perfect as you can get. So you want everything as uniform as possible. I really like this bird. He's off my best breeding. He's a grandson off my best breeding cock. Like I said, he'll be going into the eye sign category just because he has one black toenail. And I do believe it'll be judged to standard. So he won't make the cut. But that way, I'm going to put him in the eye sign category. Well, his grandfather has the all white toenails, and then his father, this one's father, he had black toenails, so it just doesn't breed perfect. Those are things I'll pay more attention to. It could be all black toenails or it could be all white toenails. But this is all just for the judging to standard. When it comes to racing, this would be totally fine. But this is just for show standard. It's a beauty pageant. Yes, sir. Pretty much. So they judge everything to this standard. And so it goes off general and overall impression and appearance of the bird. The skeleton, the keel, the vents are judged. Overall shape and size, breast and overall muscle, feather and quality, head, eye, face, beak, neck, all are judged. Back, rump, tail, wings, all judged. This is just for the show. But I think if you stick to this kind of guideline, so I have are racing pigeons. These are the ones that are released 100 miles to 500 miles and race home. There's all kinds of breeds of pigeons. There's rollers, tumblers, there's all kinds. Magpie, but these are all, I just have racing pigeons. These guys are just genetically related. So they share this one's dad is actually this one's grandpa, so that's an uncle and a nephew sitting next to each other. Which are going to go into the unflown category, judged to standard. From the looks of it, this one here is only going in the unflown. He flew, but in a different state, and the birds have to be in California to compete for a belt buckle. Yeah, these are pigeons that you just don't go catch on the corner. These are bred. These are like thoroughbred racing horses, my friend. And so let's grab this next one out right here. More than likely, those ones that you see, unless they have these race bands, won't beat these birds. These race bands right here. These are when you know they're race pigeons. They'll handle a lot different. They fly a lot different. Those are called commies. This one I'm also, I think, going to enter into the I category along with unflown. I would, if you're going to get into this sport, I would find someone with a breeding pair and start of actual racing pigeons. What's the one's toenail situation? All black. So that's why it'll be able to be shown in the judge to standard. Nice round head. This flew at a one loft race where they compete. Breeders send their birds to one loft and a gentleman will raise them, and then race them. This one. So this one flew up at the Apple Cup in Washington. Just did average. It's an okay handling bird. I have better ones that we're going to look at. The ones that will go for the belt buckle. This one's okay. Flew the whole season. Muscly bird. Doesn't like to be held as much, kind of like its dad. Its dad I imported from Belgium through Pipa. Very nice, balanced bird. Nothing moves on him. So if it's flying, nothing's moving on him. Thank you. Yeah, this bird, when it came home, well, sometimes when they come home from the one-loft races, they don't handle the best. But if you give them time, this is one of the ones I actually did like after I gave it a couple weeks of rest and nice feed. Its eye's a little big, but I do like its head. Yeah, be great to get back into the sport. The sport could use as many fanciers. They're always saying it's dying out. So I'd like to try to encourage more folk to get into it if that's the case. Don't be scared. Just find someone with some nice breeders for sale and start there, wherever you're located. There's usually someone within 50 to 100 miles of you that's got racing pigeons. There has to be, no matter where you're at. Where did your dad race? You and your dad back in the day? So this one I think will do okay. See, it does not like it. I like when they kind of go pull their arms back. In the D. San Antonio, Texas, no. Okay. There's one Lofts down there in Texas. The Longhorns down there. I have birds that have competed there. Let's give her a break from me. We'll put her back in here. Again, I like them to stand in the middle on those. This one, since I've put it in there, has stood there. Oh, I have only, those Leons are all here. Awesome. That's great. Second place. That might be the case. You might be able to find some reasonably priced. It also just, sometimes there's fanciers that have birds with no bands on them, and they'll give them to you sometimes. That's how I got started. Gave me maybe 60 pigeons, and I kept 4, maybe. And that's how I got started. And I just started blending that in. So I just really like this bird too. So this bird's dad is off a 500 mile. His dad flew the 500 mile at the club in the day. And I was very happy with that. Over the mountains, through the mountains, whatever you want to say. There's a mountain in his way. So his dad flew that, and then I bred it to an import, the offspring. So let's get this one. Yes, sir, in California. And so this guy won 669. Let's see. So he's going to be flown in the, or not flown, I'm sorry, shown in the unflown flying type judged to standard. So his toenails are all black, blue bar, everything about him seems perfect. I do sell some pigeons. And I'll also be going to an auction next week, and they'll be doing an auction there, and I could kick this on, and if you guys wanted to bid, we could do that. But I do have 2 breeding cocks still for sale. One does have the Mike Annis blood. But let's get this one out and handle him. No, I haven't met many folk. I've kept to myself till recently. I just live up on a mountain. And I just really know the Bakersfield guys. This one also will be in the eye category. I think it's got a fire eye. I have the breeding cocks plus shipping, so it's $350, and that includes the shipping if you're in the States. And they're 2 breeding cocks, so one's $350 free ship, the other one's $350. If you're buying both, then we could talk. Let's check this one's eye. This one has a beautiful, when I look at it, I have a light box that I put them under. Thank you for the subscription. Yeah, they're on there too. I have videos of those 2 cocks for sale. And then I have videos of my buddy's birds for sale. This one's eye. So he'll be in the eye category and the unflown judged to standard. So we got all their toenails the same color, blue bar. Oh, another thing is if they all have the same amount of flights. Actually, now seeing something. This one might not be able to be shown in the judge's standard. It's got a little piece missing. It might just be the eye category then. Didn't notice that. But yeah, they either need to have 10 flights on both sides. Let's check this one's out. Man, good thing I opened that and checked. Yeah, this one will just have to be in the eye category because of this fault right here. Let me see. Right there. It's missing a bit, so it would lose just on that. You can go ahead and my phone number is in the description, my email. I could show you the birds I have for sale if you wanted, Sergio. You just have to give me a sec. I go grab them. I really like this one's eye. So it's a shame it can't be judged to standard, but the eye. And I'm trying to find a violet and a green eye. This one kind of looks violet when I put it in my box. Thank you. Thank you again. But I like my birds all to. You'll see if I put all three of these together, they all are shaped the same. I like a certain type. Let's see if we can't zoom out a little bit. So, yeah, so out of these three, we're only going to have maybe this one judged to standard. I'm going to make sure that he could be in that category because he did fly out of state. But he's not trying to compete for the belt buckle. The belt buckle, they have to be flown in California, I believe. I think I got them right here. The rules state all birds in flying class, diploma, record, or non-standard. Sections 1, 2, and 3 must be owned and flown by the exhibitors shown or showing them and must have been flown in California. One loft entries may be entered in these sections as long as they were entered by the exhibitor / breeder and verifiable if required. So just because I think he wasn't flown in California, I'm going to see if I can't show him in the other category. But the belt buckle, let's get the birds out for the belt buckle that will be competing for the belt buckle. I have a total of 3. No, I'm sorry, I have a total of 2, I believe, that will be doing the belt buckle. And they flew the AGN. And so I'm hoping that they do okay. Let's get them out here into the cages. All right. Here's the first bird that I'll put in for the belt buckle. Perfect. So these have to be as perfect as possible, and the 3 judges have to agree. And but here she is. Here's my first entry. And the second entry will get him in. Let's see if they won't get up in there. So he won the prize at the AGN. And he'll be in section 1. I'll show him under. Section 1 in the youngbird, young cocks. And again, every time they come home from the races, I always try to sex them right away. Sometimes I think one's a hen, one's a cock, and then I switch. And sometimes you just got to give them time because when they came, I thought this was a hen, that was a cock. And then now it's back to, this is a cock, this is a hen. But let's start with this one right here. We should get up on the, but she'll be section 1, record bird, young birds, young hen. And again, competing for the belt buckle. Let's get her out. The handle's just perfect. So let's check her wings, make sure there's no faults. This wing is looking marvelous. I don't see any faults in it. I don't see any in this one. Let me count them. 10. 10, so you got 10 flights on each side. All black toenails, blue bar. She's got a big old eye, like a shark, like a doll's eye. She flew very good as well. Never hit the prizes. Very well balanced bird. Again, all the judges have to say that this is the best looking bird. This bird, I don't think for sale. But a bird like this that a breeder would want to say could be anywhere from 500 to 1,500. She is just perfect though. She's just hanging out. She don't really want to breed yet. I'd really like to get some youngins from her, but she has no interest. I don't want to force her. I tried for a little bit and she just fought, so she's not ready. Joyce, there's good birds everywhere. I don't know if there's a local club by you. Again, I can say I have 2 breeding cocks for sale, but usually there's someone. I don't know. It's all on your budget too, Joyce. What is the bloodlines of these birds are something I've been working with. So again, a gentleman gave me like 60 birds. I kept 4 of them. The grandparents were 2 of them of this one. And then I got some birds from one of the best flyers at my club and bred it. And it has it has a relative to like the Biche line. I don't know if you guys have heard of the Biche. That's the breeder's name, I believe. These birds were raised at a one loft in California. I fly in Bakersfield, or with the Bakersfield Club in California. But I fly up onto a mountain. I'm alone up here, so I just race pretty much myself, or I send birds to one lofts, and that's what I prefer. And that's what she is. She was sent to a one loft, flew all the way to 400 miles, did very well. Those eggs should hatch, I think, 19 days. And then I think it's 19 to 21. I think it's 19 days. Also, give them a check in a couple days to see if they're fertile. You don't want to just sit there and wait. You want to make sure those are fertile. If they're not fertile, get rid of them. And so once you get rid of them, she'll lay in about 10 to 12 days if you give her enough calcium. Depends on if you're going to race as a club. If you're going to race at the club level, you need a nice race team, probably 10 to 20. I mean, that's a small size, but 10 to 20 birds is a small team for a club team. There's people that fly up to 100 for their club, though. Oh, I don't have the pedigrees made up for these ones yet. These are mine. These aren't going to this. This is the pedigrees on these ones are in my brain because they're not going anywhere. I'm in California. So let's see this one's relative again. Beautiful bird, I think. One of my favorite ones I've bred. She just shaped perfectly. Wings maybe come up a little bit. We'll see. We'll see what the judges think. Again, 3 judges have to think these birds are belt buckle worthy. I've never won. There's guys with way better birds than me. They got a lot of years on me. Here's this one's brother. So we looked at this one. This is the brother of that one. And this one won the prize. It's not too hard to breed them. It's hard to breed good ones. No, sir, I would not. Thank you for the offer, but I have plenty of pigeons. I'm always trying to get rid of pigeons too, because I only want ones like this. Thank you, though. Hello, Liverpool. Chris, what's going on, man? The exhibit, it's taking place a week from, so Saturday, the 28th of January in Bakersfield, California. If you're close enough, please come by. I do have pigeons for sale, 2 breeding cocks, and I have a buddy who is trying to sell some. I have the breeding cocks. There's a video of them on my page. If you guys wanted, I could bring them out here in a bit. Joyce, you could, my phone number's in the description, along with my email. Oh, Sergio, you live in Bakersfield. Right on. Yeah, I live Lake Isabella, just right above you. Come to the show. It's at the Bakersfield Pigeon Club show on Norris. I have the flyer on my community page. Again, this bird probably my best bird I've bred. Let's make sure it's got the 10, because that's what they'll check. Or if it's got 11, it's got to have it on both sides, whatever it is. Yep, 10. And I really like when the feathers swoosh forward like that. Yes, beautiful bird. Like, again, the best one I've bred. I like. It hit the prize at the 330, I think, 330 mile. It was a very fast race. It did it in like 4.5 hours, tailwind. A lot of birds blew past the loft. Yes, we have them for sale. We have said, yep. Go check them out. If the pigeon's for sale, there's 2 cocks for sale. They're shown on my page. I love when the bird just sits in your hand like this, though. And this one again, I'm trying to see if this one will win a belt buckle. There's guys down there that just got killer birds, though. But this one has a half brother that also won a prize at the Apple Cup One Loft race. He's he's 3 years old, I think. Let's put him back in the cage and we'll get a good look at him up close. Again, if you guys are close to Bakersfield, there's going to be an auction at this show. Please make it. Come get some birds. You can get good birds for cheap. I got one there last year that bred a prize winner. The ones I have for sale right now, Joey, they're Breeding cocks, each $350. Free shipping in the lower 48 states in America. Two American pigeons, and I want to give them some. Do you want? No, sir. No, thank you. I would not. But if there's someone in the chat that maybe wants them, hit up Mihal. Mihal. I don't know how you say that, but anyone he has some pigeons. If someone wants those, come on. The birds I have for sale are $350. These birds are not for sale. This one and this one is not for sale. The birds I have for sale, if people are interested, I'll go get them and show you. Right on, Sergio. Introduce yourself when you're there. I'll be there. Love to meet you. Go watch the video on my channel, Mihal. Mihal, I don't know how you say that, your name, man, but I explain it all in there, if you're serious. So again, this one's just perfectly standing in the middle. Very confident. And this one was grabbed for stock. His eyes, I think, a violet color. I'm hoping I'm going to have a buddy look at it a little better. He's got a better eye. In the description, scroll down a bit, you'll see it. If not, it's there. It's in those videos. And people have contacted me. I'll go. Would you like me to? Let me go pull the birds out that I'll show you that could be for sale. 1 second. We'll just watch this guy. Let me go see if I can't grab him. Yes, shoot me a text if you're serious and interested. Where are you located? Mihail? I wish I knew how to say your name, man. So I just grabbed 764. And this is one of the cocks I have for sale. I'm gonna put them over here. It's not very good light. Let me rearrange this for you guys. Love the temperament when they're just like that. This one's temperament out either. That's out of hell. Yep, this is this one right here. So this is one that's going to be for sale. I wanted to give it better light. I'll handle them in a sec. 764 Coco AU17. And the gentleman who bred this bird, he's a big racer in the one lofts, Bob Boswick. I'll have to double check, but one of the two cocks I'm going to show you does have Mike Annis blood in it. Let me get this bird out and show you. This guy. So he's gonna. This guy does. I don't like that. Some do. I don't care for that. Some folks like that fight. I don't. Actually, I'm gonna go close my door in case he gets out of my hands. Every time I handle this guy, feathers fall out of him. It just drives me crazy. Illinois, yes, we can ship there. Free shipping. It's $350. That includes the shipping. Where are you located? Mihail, have I seen that yet? So, here's his wings. And he vibrates, this one. He's got a lot of vitality, he's just vibrating. A nice step. Mihail, we could meet in Bakersfield at that show. If you really were interested, I could bring him down. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this one, he just vibrates. But yeah, Joey in Illinois, that's not a problem. I send him, no problem. I send out on Mondays in California. We send out Monday. I take the birds at 3:30 to the post office, and they get picked up at 4 to be sent. Yes, these have pedigrees. These I did not breed. These were not bred by me. These were at the last year's auction, and I just picked up because any of the money that at the auction, that money goes to the club. So I picked him up just because no one was looking at sometimes. I think sometimes there's more birds there than people want to buy. And he's not part of my breeding program. I have something, I'm working with other things. Then I could, if you give me a minute, Joey, I can get the pedigrees out for these. You're in England, but you can come get them, huh? England's got some pigeons over there, man. Very nice shaped bird. I just don't like how crazy he is every time I try to handle him. I don't know if you guys can see that vibrating. I could just feel him. His wings, his feathers swish out. I like when they go out like that. Mihail, be nice. If you want, oh, little stomp. He has a whole different attitude than the pigeons I breed. I think it's interesting. I think each breeder has their own characteristic, or I kind of like them calmer. I don't want them. I don't like when they. I wonder if the guy's trying to be nice to you, Mihail. All right, I think Mihail's got to go. What do they say here? 86, Mihail. We could wait till I hear it's gonna be cold. We should. Is there a cold front coming in, Joey? If so, if it's extra cold, we could wait on sending the pigeons. But I just sent some to Michigan this last Monday, and he said they arrived fantastic. David got and he said they were good. Joey, let me try to find the pedigree of the 764. One sec. That is for a racing pigeon. Jing Jing Delgamo. I don't know. That is for a racing pigeon. Don't know what you mean. Thank you, man. Good luck to you if you're racing as well. Right on. The pigeon guy. Are you flying this season? I'll have a small old bird team here to fly with, and I'm gonna be sending teams out to the one loft races. I'll put you in front of this guy because he is just beautiful. Yes, sir. Dark check. Favorite one I've bred. If you're in England, I can't help you, man. I'm sorry. I'm not shipping out of country. Yeah, I'd love to send to that Pattaya. That'd be great. Yeah, I hear South Africa's got some tough competition. Pattaya's tough. Chris Seal. Well, how are the one lofts over there in the UK? Have you found just a couple you like? Do you send to how many do you send to? I don't know if you're still in, Joey, but I found the pedigree for 764. That's this guy right here. I could show you. Maybe screenshot that and zoom in. So the sire was bred for stock. Dam to 6141 equal first at 400 miles Vegas Classic in 2006. I picked these guys because they have a lot of one loft blood. And so that's really what I try to focus on. Don't know if you're still in here, Joy, if that's helpful. But this is this bird right here, 764. AU 2017 Coco. I didn't come on here to really sell birds, but a couple of you guys were asking. I was just showing my birds I was entering into the show. That's great to hear, Chris. I like the one loft racing. It's really comes down to breeding. And equal. Everyone feels different about it. Some guys really like club. I live in an area where club racing is very hard for me. Birds of prey. There's a mountain and I'm the only one up here. Just a beautiful pigeon. I wish he'd just stand in the middle, right there. Right on, Joey. Did you check those out? And I could show the other one if you'd like. Let me get the pedigree of the other one first. Okay, yeah. Here's the other, and I'll get this bird out. It's not out yet, but the pedigree is this right here. This is the Mike Gannis blood. So it's grandsire, granddam, excellent breeders for Mike Gannis. Everyone loves to see this GFL. Maybe you want to screenshot that too, Joey, and check it out. If you want, I can go get this bird and show you. Very similar to 764. They might even be cousins. Let me double check. Yeah, so they share a grandmother. And I guess it was this guy's best grandmother, or best breeding hen. This AU, the Coco 92, I believe. This one right here. So let's see if we can find her. So I'm sorry. So it's a brother. So it's a brother, the 92. So there's some kind of cousins, I believe. I thought this 92 was the same as this 92. That's an AU03 Coco 92 blue bar foundation hen. And then this is an AU02 Coco 92. 5 wins as youngbird. This is the one I think is a better bird. Again, I just trying to find, they're just not part of the breeding program. And like I said, the auction is coming up this weekend, and I always end up getting one. So I got to make some room. But let me, Joey, would you want me to go get that other one to show you? I'm just so proud of that bird right there. Where are you, Peterson? Said I'm not from there. Yeah, I'm breeding. I like a line breeding. I think it strengthens certain genes. I like if you're gonna do siblings, maybe use them just for breeding, then cross out. But I also I wanted to try half brother to half sister, and so that's what I was hoping to do with this one right here. So I wanted this one to pair to its half brother. They would have the same dad. Here's my eye sign pigeon again. I believe he was going to be in the judge to standard, but he has just a fault in his in one of his. The only bird for sale is this one over here. I'm going to go grab another one to show Joey if he's interested. Oh. Yeah, I'll show it to you. Give me a second. I just got to go grab them. Let me put this one away. Again, this one's going to be shown in the eye sign. He was going to be judged to standard until I found this fault right there in his wing. So with that fault, he'll lose. So I'm not going to put him in that category, but I will want to show his eye off because it's awesome. I wonder if I could show it through the eye box. See if this will work. Bear with me, we'll give this a try, and then I'll go get that bird to show you, Joey. But I'm just kind of curious. So I have this eye box a friend built me, and I like to look for the breeding lines, and I'm just still learning. Some pigeon guys really pay a lot of attention to the eyes. I'm still learning. And by learning, I mean literally, I look at them and I try to research the type. Let's see what this will look like, though, if we look through this. Let's see what this does. It might not work, but let's see. Let's give it a try and see if you guys can't get a good look, too. No, it's not going to work out, I don't think. Maybe. I don't like to put him in there. Oh yeah? Tell me something. What am I looking for? I like to give him a break. I'll put another one in there for eyesight. Could you tell me if what it means, maybe? So here's this check I really like. And I'm just trying to figure out eye sign as well. Man, I wish I could get a little better for you guys. Dilate. I don't like to keep them in there too long. I have it to where we could change the brightness as well. One second. That way I could look at it a little longer. That has a different glow about it. Let's see what this one does. I wish it could be a little better. What do you think, Chris? Probably doesn't do it justice. That's all right. All right. Joey, let me go get those other birds if you're still that other bird. Look, there we go. That's what I want. I want him to stand on that. Right in the middle. You know, it's funny. He won a prize out of 330 miles. He flew the same speed all year. He's kind of like the turtle in the hair, the same speed. Beautiful bird standing there for us. Yeah, but I did think that would be difficult. Get this guy out. All right, Joey. If you're still here, I got this other bird. Sorry for the wait, man. Again, same kind of fight. Let's put him in first. So this is the Lake Yanis blood. I'm just using him as a pumper right now. So let's see. 949 AU 2019 Coco. Grandsire, Grand Dams are excellent breeders of Mike Yanis. Let's see. Mostly Hopkin and Jansen. For any Jansen fan out there, again, let's put this back. Again. Let's bring them out. I'll handle them, and we'll put them away. We were just looking at the birds. I didn't want to really sell. That line, the gentleman that bred these birds, he has all the birds I remember handling have that fight to them. Oop, easy. They're good looking pigeons. Just not part of my program. I actually picked 10 up and I only kept 2. Oof. Love these guys are always fighting. These don't do very much justice. I can also probably take them outside into the sun, but now his little feathers messed up from fighting. Again, this is one of the ones for sale. Small to medium bird. Nicely balanced though. Hell of a fighter. I don't care for that. That's just me though. Some people like that. I know some guys they want a big fight when it pulls back. So he's a little more, I think when they don't, it's a little more confident, thinking about why maybe we're pulling on it. Little head. Yeah, Joey texted me. We'll talk later more about these guys. I'll get some better, we could get better footage if you need, and just again, next Saturday, there is the Pigeon Show. That's why this all started. Is I was choosing birds for the Pigeon Show. Make sure if you guys are close enough to Bakersfield to stop by. I think judging starts at 10. The birds that are going to be entered, if people want to enter, they need to be there by 9, I believe. And I have a flyer on the community tab in my page. And there's going to be an auction there, a lunch, judging. It's a good bit of fun. Again, the auction. And I'll kick on the live for the auction. And if you guys want it, we could set it up. You guys could bid right from here. I'll bid for you guys and you just Venmo me the money right when the bid closes. If people wanted to do that next weekend. But I'll have it on no matter what. You just let me know. All right, Joey. I'm going to put this guy away. Small to medium. Cock. Nicely balanced. It's not bad. I'm going to calm down a little bit. Oh. Thanks, Chris. Have a good night, man. I'm going to try to keep doing some more lives. In my mind, I just go, why don't I just turn the camera on while I'm with the birds? So that's what I'm going to start doing. And I hope you guys enjoy it. But we're going to keep looking at the birds in case anyone just joined or anything like that. Thanks, Chris. Have a good one, man. Yeah, can't wait to hear from you too, Joey. I think I have one more cock I'd like to show. Just that's going to be part of the show. Let me put him back. Let me go get that other bird. Maybe he's not sitting on eggs. No problem, Joey. All right, now I have the last one for my show I'm picking. Let me put him in. So he is going to be related to two of the birds I have here. He's not for sale. Well, he kind of was. I priced him high because if he sells, it's for a project I have in mind to move, just to get something even better. But I don't want to worry about that. I really don't want to sell him, but. Okay. All three of these birds are going to be related. This guy will be shown in the Judge to Standard. Was it section? Let's see again. Section 5, unflown, Judge to Standard. So he has to be perfect. And this will just be a fur ribbon. He can't be for the belt buckle because he didn't fly. I picked him with stock. I saw him and put him in the stock. He is very nice. So his dad is their grandfather on one side. So his mom, this is his mom's dad, right? Or I'm sorry. Let me start that over. They just have a similar. This one's parents, this one's grandparents. Simplest way to put it. Sorry about that, guys. All three of these birds related with that biche. Very similar type. Again, I think we want pigeons as a breeder. You want them all to have a similar type in your loft. I don't like to look in a loft and see a bunch of different sizes. So I'm trying to focus on building this right here. And so he's a half brother to my best breeding hen. Easiest way to put it, they share a dad. My best hen and this one share the dad. 1154 has beach in it, and then one of the best flyers. And this guy, I think, is just very nice for a breeder. He fits. I just love his type, his size, his balance. You know, I'm not one to pull their legs apart, but let me just do that. Very nice back, strong back. This pulls me. Hold on. And he's got a snap back. He just snaps his wing right back. Again, so he'll be in the judge the standard, but in the unflown. And he won't get the belt buckle, but maybe he'll win a ribbon. Ain't that nice? A nice ribbon. So that'd be cool. We'll see what he can do. All black toenails. Let's count the flights. To judge the standards, they have to be perfect. The 3 judges have to agree perfect. So let's see what this guy's got. Again, it has to either have the 10 on both sides, 10 flights on both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. 10 on that side. Oop, easy. Yeah, I do I have a whole, Joey, I got a loft tour I did. You can check out how I did, and I have different. Yeah, I'm very proud of these birds. I'm trying to build a whole team that looks like this, Joey. And I'm noticing what characteristics are brought out by which parents and grandparents. So I'm just sticking to, 10 birds, and I'm working on blending them all together. So this year I'm working on a project that'll have all 4. So the both pairs that have breadwinners, all the best grandparents in one bird is what I'm trying to do. And then just build off that. But very similar birds. Here they are. I think that's important. I don't know. I like it. I like the uniform look in a loft. Joey, if you hang out a little bit, we'll just go into the loft. I'll show you around, man. Let's see if that helps. All right, I think we're working again. Just but the sound of the live keeps cutting off. Okay, my bad. Yeah, the wind picked up a little bit and hopefully it gets better. I see that my signal got stronger. I hope it gets better. We'll leave it on. If it gets worse, I'll cut it off. But it looks like it's getting better. Again, these birds are all related. Going to the show. 2 of them will be competing for the belt buckle. Hopefully the judges are watching and not gonna pick on me for it. They're not watching. Okay, cool, man. Thanks, Joey. I just think these birds are, I could look at them all day. Okay. So here's the guy. I'm hoping he's the only one in the unflown that will be able to be judged to standard. I'll have eye category, and then 2 in the belt buckle area, and this one in the unflown. These birds are all born 2024, Joey. And if I had to pick a problem with this bird, maybe his neck. Let's see if we can't get him to turn. That's okay, maybe not. The older strains of pigeons, I think, have a funnier neck, like a turkey neck. But let's see what happens. And again, another thing to add, while going to the shows, all the little marker, all their color bands need to come off. So only the AU band and a race band can be on there. And so these 2 birds right here, Joey, they were banded in February of 2024. So in a month, they'll be a year old, actually. Or 2 weeks. Flying through January already. Really hope they do okay. There's guys there with way better birds, though. And as long as they don't lay any eggs or anything, they'll be going to the show. That's the only way they'll stay home, is if there's eggs involved. I won't take them. I'd rather they lay some eggs. So if they got 1 egg, they'll stay. That's her, actually, mainly. But I don't know. This is the one I would, if I was to win, hopefully it'd be with this guy right here. I'd love that. Just confident. I wish he'd stand in the middle on the top of the thing. I have the YouTube, Joey, and then I just got a Facebook. I just started that because I got into real estate and they recommended that I get a Facebook. Those are the only 2 things I have, man. All right, I'm gonna go put these birds away. I'm gonna go put the other birds away. Real quick. You guys just hang out and look at that fine bird. We'll let these guys just hang out a little bit longer in here just to be conditioned while I put the birds out. And Joey, if you're still around, I'll just walk you through the loft right now, man. If you just give me a sec, I'll put this guy away. Yeah, do you know how big of a loft you're gonna build, Joey? So I was saying I could show you how I built it. I built it in pieces pretty much over the years. And there's one, here, come along. I forget what it's called. I'll have to let you know if you text me. But it's built off the dimensions of 4x8 plywood. And so I put boxes in this one. So let's go from a wide. So you could do a 4x8. So I built this as a 4x8 in 3 sections. So I built it this one first as a 4x8. Everything was based on that, the plywood. So that's how wide it was and how long it was, 4x8. And then I just continued that same design. And then this last year, this was not the 4x8 design. This was just something I put together. I wanted a flat roof for the birds to kind of sit on. And I didn't want them on the ground, so I wanted enough room on the roof. But let's go inside. If you're gonna be if you're a new flyer, Joey, I would start small, man. And just always add on. Keep that in mind. So here's just this is the race area. Hold on. So this is just per. I like to give them plenty of space. So each part, they're a foot apart from the center, I believe. So it gives the birds enough room to get away from each other. Because some like to bully. They'll jump around and mess with each other. So these are a nice, just race to the perch. This is a great way to go. So it's just the block 2x4. Cut to, I don't know, 4 inches maybe, I don't know. I'm not a carpenter. I'm not the best builder. But I would start small, Joey, 4x8. That way you could just base everything on that. So this is just all perches right here. Let's see if I can't get in there. I locked it from that side. Yep, I forgot to unlock it. Hold on, man. And then, so this one here, I built when I didn't have mini pigeons. What's this? I hate going through that door. So I built this with the box perches. These are the 2x2. And you can also, so you can breed in here with a couple breeders if you wanted. And then come raise time, you could put up dividers. And so I used to put up dividers here. And the 12 boxes then would turn into 24 box perches for young birds. But now this is just a breeder area, foster parenting. Just keep it simple, Joey. That's all I could recommend. you'll see on the internet, just especially if you're in Europe or wherever, they build mansions for these pigeons, man. But here in the States, it's a little more simpler. Here's our offspring of the shadow line I showed him yesterday in the live, but very happy with them growing very fast. And their brother won a small prize. So they'll be tested at a one loft this year and not a 50. But they got the feathers I like. They swoosh out. Wish my buddy will stop by. He could check for the throat theory when they're youngsters, so if it's even worth sending them out on his theory by the throat. But that's neither here nor there right now. And this was just, but the vents out the top. Joey, where are you again? I don't remember. Are you wherever you're at? Is it? Oh, it's colder, you say. So you might have to do a different venting system, but I like here in Southern California, real nice and open. We'll just go watch them in the loft for a little bit. That's right, Illinois. Yeah, cold. That's what that means. So you might want to not have it as open as me. I would try to find some breeders where you're at and see what they have for ventilation, because it's going to differ from state to state and area to area. It's very dry where I'm at, dry and hot. You know, here. So, and then during even the winter days, it warms up real nice. So I like all this ventilation, all this air. I want their poop to dry fast. Keep that in mind. But again, find a breeder in your area and see how his loft is, especially the ventilation. Everyone does it differently. I hang up some lavender. It just smells fresh and neutral in here. But more than likely, the best way, if you're just trying to, Joey, are you going to breed for club racing or for one loft racing? Because if you're just going to breed for one loft racing or just breeding in general, just to start, I love these individual pens I built. So it's pretty much just 3x3 lofts. So I'd go with something like this, Joey, if you're just doing it for breeding. For one loft, if you're just flying one loft. So they have their own kind of area, plenty of space. Their shadow. Yeah, just one loft. So I would just focus really on building a nice breeding environment. So I really like these. If I had it my way and I had the money to invest, I would just build all the same size of these, kind of uniform. 5 of these, 6 of these, probably 6. 3 on top, 3 on the bottom. Just like that. The sun's kind of getting in the way now. And then, so you have a pair on top, pair on the bottom. When you get the 8, you can just switch the hens. And then you'll have half brothers and half sisters from just the 2 pairs. So you can get, your 2 rounds, 3 rounds out of that, 2, 3 rounds out of this side, and then switch the pairings. Especially for one loft, you want to breed this, the most perfect birds you can for your team. Let's take a look at the babies. So he's related to some 5-time winners over there in Europe, the shadow line. And so they bred the prize winner last year, and they're just so now they'll go to one loft races because they did good at futurity race. But these I think and I built this with scrap wood. And I'm getting the best results for breeding in these. So you could start this small. You don't even need to go get a bunch of 4x8 plywood and stuff. You can try to do something like this. Just especially for breeding, gives them enough room. And if you can have a little aviary out front for them, you'd be styling, Joey. Here's my other breeding area. This is the new research and development. I've talked about this. Oh man. I imagine it's 3x3, Joey. Yeah, I would go with 3x3. So 3 deep. I bet it's actually maybe even a little wider. For, you know, do with what you can work with, but I would model it after this. But if you can make it to where they can come outside too, separate, this is a good setup for breeding one loft, I think. And I'd love to, one day I'm gonna sink some money and make this real pretty, get a tough shed and just have rows of this. This one's a little taller. Banded babies yesterday. These guys are all related, so those babies and these babies, they're related. So they bred this guy last year. So this is their grandchildren, I guess is what, yeah. But I notice they don't really like the small, keeping in the small area like that, forcing them to breed. But you could put them in here. If they don't like each other at first, it'll give them space to get along. And then they'll slowly like each other if they're not getting along. But I really like this size, especially if I was just one loft racing. We'll just go watch the birds for the rest of this live, and then we'll call it that. Let's just go in here. This is big enough in my loft I could probably section it off one more time, but right now we just got that. See, sometimes they'll fight, but they got enough space to where they'll just bully. See, some are like that. So they already flew today, had their bat. They did everything a pigeon needs to do. Now they're just hanging out. I think there's 30 in here, Joey. And I made it so big so they could fly. On days they're not out, they could still fly from, 25 feet from side to side. I'd rather them have more than enough room. And then after breeding, if there's no racing, I could just put them all in here and take care of one big group of pigeons instead of having it sectioned. Do you have any birds yet, Joey? They're just staring at me. They're watching me watch them. Some of these birds are all, these are all, a lot of them are new tester pairs. So every year I just have new tester pairs. The third round comes into here. That's right. That's cool. Well, now you're going to pick up the mantle, huh? Are you a young flyer? How old are you? We love new fanciers are always welcome though to this channel, especially. I'd like to help any new flyers. I just try to answer any questions that I had. 21. Right on, bro. Let me know if you ever got questions, man. Now that you have my number, you just ask. And if I don't know the answer, I'll go find it for you. But I wish I got started young. 21. I think I started 8 years ago. I'm 30, so I started at 28. I think it's a great hobby to have. Keeps you home, out of trouble. Your wife will always know where you're at. Now here in the Pigeon Loft. If they can handle that, you'll be okay. So you'll need a pair, I think, to get started right. So I would suggest one of those cocks I have, and we'll have to find you a hen. Everyone's just calm in here. Yeah, so I'd focus on getting a nice breeding area set up. I'll go through here and we'll see if we can't find you a hen to pair to one of those cocks if you're interested, man. Me and you will talk more on text. But you'll need a nice hen to pair to that bird. So try to also send to a futurity race. They're cheaper than the one loft race. So if, a great way to test your birds too. So for instance, I think it cost $125 total for the futurity race I sent to last year. Per bird, per bird though, which is a lot cheaper. And this is just so you could test them too. You know, if they do good there, then more than likely they'll do good at the one loft, and then you send there the following year. Or you send them both. You send the first hatch to the one loft and the second to futurity. But I would try to send 4 to the same race, wherever it is, wherever you choose to send. Did you have any idea where you were going to send, Joey? She's also related to all the birds I've been showing you in the exhibit cages. She was the very last of the relative of her. She was the last one born of that family. So, depending on your budget, that's really what it comes off of. The futurity races are always cheaper, and it's a nice way to get involved. But the one loft, you see the birds fly every day, and they're on the wing companion. Costs a little more. Sometimes there's perch fees. The good races, they'll have perch fees. That way you know the birds are really getting taken care of. My favorite CAGN, I've said tons of times already. It's 5 hours away from me, four and a half maybe in California here. But if I was a new flyer, and I wish I knew about the futurity, there's a lot of things. That's really what my channel I'm trying to do is. I had so many questions when I started, and they don't want to help. It's not that they don't want to help. Sometimes you don't know the right questions to ask the people. They'll share if you have the right questions, but I didn't know the right questions, so if you're trying to get into it, breed to send the races or breed for club flying. At first, I just thought it was club flying. Then I started hearing of the one loft races, then futurity races. But I should add, I even told my other buddy that about the futurity race. I'm gonna put it up, and I should ask Craig too before I just start telling people about it. The Great Salt Lake City Breeder Challenge. That's the one I liked, and I would try that one, Joey. It's affordable. It's a $25 perch fee, and then I think $100 activation if the bird's there at the 100-mile, of course. Also, if I was you, Joey, I'd try to find some kind of close so your birds don't have to. A futurity race is put on by usually clubs and combines. So the local clubs will take in fanciers birds from all across the country and race them in real life scenario, they call it. And so it's a cheaper way to test the birds. It's fun as well. The one loft race is one loft. All the birds are flying to the one loft. But the futurity it's like the club. They'll be flying to different fanciers' lofts. And so it comes down to, again, the fastest yard per minute. So again, I would ask any club members, or if you're around a club, ask them. You don't even have to join. I would just ask if there's going to be any futurity races or, but I would look into that. That's something I wish I started earlier, was the futurity races. It's just a more affordable way to test your birds. Birds are real calm in the loft, even with me just talking. And I'll get out of here before the sun sets so they can get on their perch. Yeah, I'd definitely start there. And then also there is late hatch one loft races, Joey, and those are things you should look into as well. So the birds that you breed later in the season, you can send, because then they race the following. So I bred birds in 2024 that are now going to be racing at a one loft race. It's the Pacific North Challenge or something like that. That way, because you'll breed birds, you'll be in a rush to send the first round or two out, and then the third and fourth round, either you fly for yourself or send them to those types of races. But if you breed them, make sure to send them and race them. As a new racer, I used to get very attached and not want to send some of them. But if decide that you're breeding them for the race, and send them. But if you want, Joey, I'll also send you the flyer, and you can compete at that same futurity race that I'm going to send to, if you'd like. And I'm going to also ask, I probably should talk to Craig, like I said, but he said there was plenty of room. So I bet he could handle a couple more. I think it was 200 birds he can handle. Let's double check, though. think it'd be really cool eventually through this channel is to have all you flyers, we all send to the same races and kind of be competing against each other in the same race. That'd be kind of cool, I think. You know, if it's all we all send to the AGN, not all, but 5 of us, you know, I think that'll be cool to keep tabs. Here's my big guy. This guy, he's a big guy. They say the camera ends 10 pounds. I think it adds 20 for him. He is just something. So during race season, I hope they're this calm as well, conserving their energy for any races that we might attend. There's usually 10 in the old bird season. Maybe I'll just do 5 or something. I gotta drive over an hour to get them down to the club. But I would like to see what they do on the 300 and 400. I'm gonna hang out a couple more minutes and then thank you. Yeah, the setup I have it's been a lot of years and time in the making. And like I was mentioning earlier, I started that way and just slowly built 4x8 sections. I'm thinking about sectioning this whole area off just for rearing the young birds for the one loft races, such as perch, food. I have a window. I'm thinking about that though, but I don't want to mess it up before old bird season because they fly out this every day. It's part of the routine, so I don't know if I want to mess that up yet. Let's see if I can't just walk to them up on the perches. This guy up here was hit by the hawk the other day, we could see. Oop, easy everyone. He's still been out there flying. I don't push him though. Same with our loft mass guy here. Big guy. He doesn't race. He's not motivated. I don't know really what motivate him. Again, just some barley. There's always barley for him. I'll feed him enough to where there's 30 birds in here. I've said it. I feed for. I was Galitos Kevin. I was showing some birds earlier in the live that have Jansen in them that are for sale. I don't know if that's why you're asking if they're for sale, but some of these, there might be a handful of that similar blood in here. So there might be a couple Jansen. I don't pay too much attention until they do something if they're in here. So if they fly the mountain 350 miles, 400 miles, then I'll look back at their number and make their pedigrees up and see what they have in them. Let's go. I got the birds still in the show area. Got them feeding. So those are from Shadow. Wonder with this foster parent. Making a mess every day. Wish they were standing there and you're laying there so relaxed. I think that's a confident bird. They can just get comfortable anywhere. So why I started the stream is showing off these birds for the show. we'll end it this way. So here's our last one. He's going to be competing for the belt buckle. Sure hope even gets a ribbon, that'd be cool. But the belt buckle, state belt buckle would be really cool. But there's guys there with way better birds. They're coming from all over too. So here she is. These two hopefully will do okay at the state show, competing for the belt buckle. That's why I kicked this on, to show the show birds, and I'm gonna end it, everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope some of you guys subscribed, and Joey, I'm gonna text you right now, bud. We'll be talking. Everyone else, thank you, and have a good day.